Hello, Nikatilicum. A few weeks ago, I started my three-part series on my platform of honoring the past, serving the present, and shaping the future. All centered around elder care, education and youth, financial sustainability, and preserving culture and spirituality, all embedded in community. So this is the last video of that series tonight, Shaping the Future. And I'm going to wrap it up with 3 points of discussion: tribal youth are future leaders, enrollment and membership, and financial sustainability and economic development. So jumping right into the 4 talking points for tribal youth are future leaders. 1, we need a youth recreational center in Grand Ronde. I think we need to continue to improve the health and well-being of our youth in Grand Ronde and continue to build upon the prevention efforts with timely access to mental health supports. I think that is needed now more than ever. 2, I've served on the education committee for our tribe for a number of years, and one of our initiatives in partnership with the education department and ODE is improving timely access to our students' data. We really need to know the progress of our students in school across the state, not just locally, which we do a really good job of, but across the state. We need to work on having MOUs for release of information from parents as a part of the registration process in schools, and then have timely access to student progress and their educational needs. I don't have to tell you that dropout rates are extremely high for Native Americans and graduation rates are very low. We can help bridge that gap for students and for parents and help them to succeed. 3, research and develop healing-centered mentorship program opportunities. I've talked about this before with elders, youth, and their peers, centered around community and cultural activities, which could also be tied to the recreational center outcomes as well. And the last bullet on this subject, explore and create community apprenticeship opportunity programs. I'm really excited about this. I've talked about it before. I really think we can partner with local businesses for youth that are not college bound. It all ties in together. We have a lot of youth that are not interested in going to college. My 19-year-old son is in that boat. And I think really thinking about how we can connect youth to career opportunities, explore unique pathways for youth in the trades as a part of that by partnering with Tarot, education, and community businesses can really help support our students to really be successful in the future. The next point of discussion for shaping the future is a very complex one, and a hot topic is enrollment and membership. So I've had quite a few people ask me about my position on resolving the 1999 amendment that created split families with parent on the roll. And let me be very clear that I am 100% in support of any and all efforts to heal split families. My heart goes out to them. As you know, it requires a constitutional amendment, and I really think that not bundling issues may help clear up confusion for tribal members in future elections. We also know from the audit that was conducted that there are many issues with blood quantum that need to be fixed. I attended 3 of the 4 recent enrollment membership community meetings via Zoom, and the suggestions about lineal descent, that resonates with me the most right now. I'm committed to working with the 8 other tribal council members to hear their ideas and find solutions sooner than later. And to the families that are currently struggling with enrollment issues and split families, I would just encourage you to not give up. Don't give up hope, and we will fix this. Lastly, on enrollment, for the first of 3 talking points, also just for the record, I also do not believe in disenrollment aside from being dual enrolled. So I just wanted to share that with you as I was getting a lot of questions on that. So thank you. Second bullet point, I think amending the BIA requirement to only require members to have to register one time for every secretarial election versus every time, I think that could help increase participation and also eliminate confusion. The last bullet point on enrollment, I think we should create a tribal member ad hoc committee for outreach efforts. There is already an ordinance in place that would support this. There are a lot of educated tribal members right now that want to help out. For people that are not engaged, that don't really know the significance and the importance of voting, we could have tribal members that really want to help reach out and communicate that to tribal members who are not in the area. An example of that could be possibly having a staffed table at the powwow with educational material, signature verification forms ready to go, the ability to register on the spot, and make resources available to assist members who live out of the area, and have that ability right there in the moment to have some Q&A dialogue. And last but certainly not least for this video segment, financial sustainability and economic development has 4 talking points. 1, building community resilience through economic empowerment for individual entrepreneurs. I think we can have a lot of incentives for those entrepreneur spirits. Creating a small business loan program, developing a small business resource center. I've owned my own business, my own small business for 20 years now in photography, which has become more of a hobby for me now. I'm passing that torch on and teaching my daughter, who is taking over. But I also graduated from Onabin, their certification program 25 years ago, held in Portland at the time. But we can partner with Onabin in Grand Ronde and find many ways to benefit tribal members in the community and those entrepreneur spirits more than what we're doing right now. 2, the focus on the next 7 generations by our visionaries, I think is very important. However, I'm also very much for this generation. I think it's critical to serve the needs of members who are in need right now. To me, not all investments are going to have a financial return on investment. While it's important to save for the future, I think it's also important to give people the hand up that they need to make ends meet right now. Sometimes the return on investment is investing in people, and the outcome is peace of mind, living your best life, having joy, and creating a sense of community. My personal opinion on the Grand Ronde store is that's an example of a missed opportunity for me, that I feel like a tribal member family could have owned a small business in Grand Ronde and contributing to a thriving and vibrant community. It was once a goal to have tribal members return to Grand Ronde, and for that to happen, I think we need to have more opportunities for small business ventures. Which leads directly into the second to the last bullet in this topic, addressing the housing crisis. I know the current council has approved new home ownership housing that is moving forward for 20 new homes in the first phase, and that's wonderful, but we continue to have a lot of unmet need beyond those 20 units for market rate housing options. We also need to think long term for building a retirement center, community, and assisted living options for our aging population, and fill that unmet need for elder care as well that is continuing to happen right now. I think that can also serve as an economic development opportunity for tribal members to own, lease, or work for those care facilities on site. So friends, that's a wrap on this series, and I've really had a lot of fun with this. You may have heard me reference talking points a few times throughout this video, and that's because I'm holding an open Zoom meeting on Wednesday, August 18th from 6 to 7 p.m. And I would love to continue to have these conversations. I would love to hear your opinion. I would love to have a conversation about what you think. Just to have more open dialogue about all of the things that I've just discussed. You can find that event on my events tab on my Facebook page, and I'll also include a link to this video. So thank you very much. Stay well. Hayumasi.